I know. That's what I'm
See, we got the shelf fixed up here, Malcolm.
Found it.
Yeah, good deal. Good deal. Hey, great to finally be back on a normal game week. Sunday to a Saturday instead of a Thursday to a Thursday, or 12 days off, or scrambling on the 6th day when you find out you're taking over. But it's great to be back in this situation and play another game in the American Conference. Got a lot of momentum going. Last Thursday night was great to get a win on the road at Tulsa. And anytime you can go on the road in this conference and win a football game, you feel really good about it. And the way we won the game. You can say, hey, we didn't play our best football, and we did not. We can play much better. But the way our kids responded in the fourth quarter and got down, never flinched, never batted an eye, and the way they go about their business offensively, tying the game up, missed the extra point, we could have shut it down right there, and then we get a 3 and out. I'll get the ball back to the offense and go right down the field, convert some fourth downs, and Raji pops a big one to stick it in the end zone. There was huge, and take the 2-point conversion and go up 38-31, and then they drive it down and get it inside the 5 there, and then get 4 down stop inside the 5 to win the game. Which just speaks a lot of volume of our young men and what they're about, what they've accomplished. And I said this is not the way you want to win, but to win a game like that will go a long ways down the road for us. So just really proud of those guys and the way come out of there with a victory and get the 6th win. Obviously that's not the goal of this program, but to be bowl eligible and get that out of the way early. And now it's all about going and getting the win number 7 and being 1-0 this week. And I talked to our guys, we got that same mindset this week as we had all the last 3 weeks, last 4 weeks I guess, is win every single day. Today we got to win our academics. Tomorrow we got to win on the practice field, and so forth every single day this week. And really focus on the process and not the outcome of every single day. And if we'll do that, we'll give ourselves a chance to win a ball game on Saturday.
Since you took over as the interim head coach, you've harped on the seniors and wanting to, be successful for them. What was it like going into the locker room after that win on Thursday and seeing them and with them?
Yeah, you got to understand where they come from too. I mean, if they're 3 wins in, there's a change, and they felt like, hey, this could be the end of my season, end of my career, and this is how my career is going to end. And then all of a sudden to see those guys, the smile on the face, the joy on their faces, and going to a bowl game, it felt like they've accomplished something. And they got so much more we got to accomplish and get them to 7 wins, and then beyond from there. But just excitement on those guys, and Dustin Hall, who's never been to a bowl game, and just really proud of those young men and the way they went about their business the last 4 weeks, and the way they've led this football team and put this football team on their back, every single one of them, and kept this thing together. So just proud of those guys. And like I told them, hey, proud of you, but we're not done yet. We got to keep moving forward, and we get North Texas up next.
Coach, the penalties, what did you see on film? Did y'all see them? I don't know. Any of those plays, like Dustin Hall plays, y'all get any response?
Yeah, you got to control what you control throughout the course of a football game. And I'll say this about officials, because I've been in those officials meetings in the summers and those clinics. I'm not sure I ever want to be an official. They got hard jobs, and they're going to get some right, they're going to get some wrong, and it is what it is. And we sent a couple plays in, including Dustin's, and I think a PI on T-Sav that we didn't get called, and then the intentional grounding, and Brian Platt, the head of officials, agreed that all 3 of them should have went our way, and they didn't. It is what it is. Still found a way to win the football game, and it is what it is. And some of those penalties, like I said the other night, just proud of our guys that they're effort things and not just ignorant, stupid penalties, which we had some of those too that we got to cut out. So, those are what they are, and you're going to have nights where those get called against you, and you have nights where they go for you. At the end of the day, you got to keep going about your business, control what you control, and make sure we do the things we need to do to win a football game.
Coach, how hard is it to stay focused, you personally, on the task at hand and not worry about, is this a job interview I'm on, that kind of thing?
Yeah, you still got to keep the main thing. It's hard. It really is, because you get you get to this point, and all you've told the players is worry about today, worry about this, worry about that. And as you get closer to the end, it's like, hey, what's this thing going to look like in 2 weeks? And just talk to our players a little bit about that yesterday. Say, hey, we got to keep doing what we do. We got to keep winning today. We got to keep worrying about North Texas and let that fall where it may. And obviously, I want to be here. I want to lead our young men, lead this program, and be part of those young men in our locker room, and keep going about our vision and keep representing Pirate Nation in East Carolina the best I can. But the main focus has got to be North Texas. I can't worry about what's going to happen in December. The young men in our locker room can't worry about what's going to happen in December. We got to keep focused on today and win the day and see if we can get a win this week versus North Texas.
Coach, your first two games, I mean, they're both blowouts. They both went very well.
Yeah.
Look at this last one. I know you probably weren't happy with the mistakes at times, but is there any sense of relief to see you guys win ugly and be able to pull that off?
I think that's, it's easy to make calls when you're up 50-something or whatever, or have a big lead and, things are going well in the game and, everybody's playing with a lot of confidence. But what about when things don't go your way? What about in life when something doesn't go? How do you respond? And the way our men responded the other night and our players and our coaches was awesome to see. So it gives you a lot of confidence moving in, like, hey, if we get called that same situation in North Texas or Navy or a bowl game, hey, we've been there, done that before. So they've been through those tough times in a tough game where the game's on the line and they got to make a play, and they made the play. So that was awesome to see. And sometimes a win like that will go a lot further than a win when you got to convince and lead the whole game.
North Texas has struggled a little more offensively the last 2 weeks. Is that something their opponents have been doing better defensively, or is their offense kind of in a slump?
I don't know if we call him struggling. Like Chandler Morris, I think he still had like 500 yards, and he's second in the nation in quarterback touchdowns. So every time I turn on the film, he's scoring another one. And Sheffield, number 10, the receiver's getting loose on somebody. So offensively, I think they're a really good football team. And their head coach is an offensive guru, I call him. His quarterback's the quarterback at Miami is one of his guys that he coached at Incarnate Word there, and he's always put up huge offensive numbers. So respect the heck out of him and what he's been able to do offensively. And, they started off the year red hot. I think they played a pretty tough schedule here of late, but I'm sure they're happy to be back home, and I'm sure they had a tough game the other night against UTSA, but I'm sure they're looking to rebound from that. So we'll certainly have our hands full on both sides of the football, and just trying to make sure we, and at the same time, as good a football team as they are, and I told our guys this the other night or yesterday, we got to still make it about us, and we still got to focus on us and what we do, our process, how we go attack things, and how we got to win each day. So we got to make it about us, even though we respect the heck out of North Texas and their coaching staff and Chandler Morris and all those guys.
Is there any update on Sakai's targeting?
Yeah, so you always review those things, but they're going to hold that up, upheld, and didn't get overturned or anything like that. So we'll miss him the first half. But, he'll practice all week. He'll be fresh and ready to go in the second half.
Whitson and Chase got banged up. Is there any update on their status right now?
Yes, those two guys got banged up a little bit in the game, but they'll practice this week, and we'll, hopefully have them ready for Saturday and be ready to roll there.
Kind of going off, what you said earlier about overcoming adversity. Like Caton had a bit of a struggle
Yeah.
there at the end of the first half, but still come out and make the plays to lead you guys. Not only that field goal before after the game went dry. How big was that?
Yeah, how about the last 3 weeks, 3 ball games? He's let us down in a 2-minute drive all 3 games to get points out of. Sometimes touchdowns. This week happened to end with a 52-yard field goal, which was, big to see out of Conrad. But, he didn't let those things faze him. And that's what we got to always talk about, the next play mentality, moving on to the next snap. Can't think about what's in the past. Can't look out the rear view mirror. You got to look out the windshield. It's the same thing. And Caton did a great job of that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have won the ball game without Caton. I mean, he makes some throws and makes some decisions in the second half to help win the game. And there's so many scenarios in that game that you could say, hey, that won us the game, or this won us the game. After Winston's fumble, the defense kind of stood tall and didn't allow any points on the board. Caton takes us down, and we get a 2-minute. We hit a 52-yard field goal. Any of those scenarios win us the football game. And then the second half, you could pull out a bunch of those that win you a football game. So just proud of those guys where they kept battling, through adversity, ups and downs throughout the course of the game, and just did a really good job with that.
Y'all's DBs, they were in pretty good position on
Yeah.
those big plays. So is that teach tape just on how to break up the ball? I know you got to credit the receivers on this.
Yeah, I thought their receivers did a good job going up and getting the football and high pointing, and we did not. And we got to do a better job of that. And like you said, we're there in position. It's not like we've turned somebody loose down the field. We're there. We just got to go up and make the play. And do a better job of that. And obviously, we got to do a better job of fourth down, staying on side, so we don't keep a drive extended. There's so many little things in that game. We could easily be up 21-3 early in the ball game there, and it probably goes maybe like Temple or maybe like FAU, and you don't go through all those adversities. But at the end of the day, we probably needed some of that too. We really did. But that, if we don't have those mistakes early in a drive, it never allows them to get down the field and throw a jump ball up in the end zone. So we got to make sure we do a better job defensively, limiting possessions. And certainly, if you give Chandler Morris extra possessions or extra time, extra downs, he's going to make you pay.
I was just curious about the end of the game. Obviously, kind of a chess match as far as the time.
Yeah.
Like, what was kind of your thinking there to try to save time if they do score?
We were just talking about that upstairs with John David, and I said, my whole mindset once they got inside the 10, it's not, they got 4 downs. It's not the time that you're going against. It's the 4 downs you're going against at that point. And you want to save as much time for our offense as possible. There's a ton of scenarios. The best case scenarios, keep them out of the end zone and win the game, and which we did. If they tie it up or if they were to go for 2 and take the lead, you still got to leave enough time for your offense. So the worst thing you want to do is let the clock run and just let it ride from there. And then you got to figure out, do I want to save 2 time, save 1 timeout? Is it best to save no timeout? So all those are going through your head. And then you're still playing a little bit of chess game with the other coach as well about when he's going to use his timeout and when he wants to sit on it and what he's going to do. Because I think, on the second down there, he got in a little bit of trouble. So he thought we were going to use the timeout. He was holding it. He was waiting around. And then he ended up using one. So a little bit of a chess match there. But I think at the end of the day, it all worked out for us.
Anything else for Coach Harrell? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.